Good morning and welcome. Today we're covering a surprising and intense moment that took place on ABC's daytime talk show The View. In what began as a friendly interview, television veteran Whoopi Goldberg and Prince Harry found themselves in a verbal showdown that left viewers shocked. Over the next half hour, we'll break down exactly what happened, why it happened, and what it means for both the royal family and the media world. We'll stick to the facts, present both sides, and let you draw your own conclusions. The setting and the story so far. It was early May 2025. Prince Harry was on The View to promote his new mental health initiative, which aims to help veterans and first responders. He arrived at ABC Studios in New York City looking relaxed, wearing a dark suit and his usual calm smile. On the set, Whoopi Goldberg, along with co-hosts Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, Sarah Haynes, and Alyssa Farah Griffin, greeted him warmly. The first few questions were about his charity work and the launch event in London. Harry spoke passionately about the need for mental health resources and personal stories of soldiers he had met. The audience responded with applause. But just 10 minutes in, the conversation turned. Whoopi leaned forward, tone respectful but firm. "Whoopi, Harry, you come from a life of privilege. You've had every opportunity. Some say you use your charity work to burnish your own image. How do you answer that?" This question was not on the prepared list. It caught Harry off guard. He paused, blinked, and then replied, "Prince Harry, look, I've lost people close to me. This work comes from personal experience, not privilege. I'm not here for publicity." The tension rose immediately. Co-hosts exchanged glances. The live audience grew quiet. Whoopi pressed on, asking for concrete examples of how Harry separates his personal brand from genuine service. Over the next 5 minutes, Whoopi mounted her case calmly but relentlessly. She pointed out that Harry's memoir and Netflix series had made headlines worldwide. She noted his empire of speaking fees and raised the question of whether all proceeds went to charity. She contrasted Harry's public platform with the struggles of ordinary veterans. Harry defended himself, citing audited financial reports showing 90% of his speaking income went to his foundation. He spoke of personal sacrifice, his exit from frontline military service, his work in Afghanistan, and the threats he and Meghan faced. But Whoopi refused to relent. She leaned in, voice steady. "Whoopi, you say it's about service. But service isn't measured in clicks or views, Harry. It's measured in boots on the ground, in real help, before, not after, your story goes viral." At that point, Harry's composure cracked. He rubbed his forehead, offered a tight smile, and replied, "Prince Harry, I understand your point, but I've been on the ground. I've met the families. I'm doing the work. And frankly, I would appreciate a bit more respect." The debate intensified when Whoopi questioned why Harry left the royal family and started a multi-million-dollar media career in the US. That struck a raw nerve. Harry's voice rose. "Prince Harry, I left for my family's safety. I left because my wife was harassed. I left to protect our children." The studio audience gasped. Whoopi softened, acknowledging the pain in Harry's voice. But then she landed her final blow. "Whoopi, Prince Harry, everyone here, veterans, survivors, ordinary people, understands sacrifice. But they also know that true sacrifice often goes unseen. Are you ready to admit the privilege you carry and use it to serve others without the cameras?" Harry looked around. He offered a nod, then said, "Prince Harry, I apologize if I came off defensive. My goal has always been clear." The crowd stood and applauded. Whoopi gave him a respectful nod. The tension broke, and the show moved on to lighter topics. After the show, insiders told reporters that Whoopi had prepared hard questions for Harry. She believed his public image was too polished and wanted him to show genuine humility. Harry, meanwhile, had expected a friendly chat and was surprised by the tough tone. Producers on The View later issued a statement. "Our intention was never to embarrass Prince Harry. We seek honest conversations. He handled it with grace." Harry's camp responded. "The prince welcomes scrutiny. He stands by his work and his commitment. He regrets any misunderstanding." Social media exploded. Clips of the exchange went viral. Twitter labeled it the showdown of the week. Reddit debates ranged from Whoopi was right to Harry was unfairly attacked. Major outlets like CNN, BBC, and The Times ran headlines analyzing the clash. Veterans groups issued statements supporting Harry's service, but agreeing that high-profile figures must show humility. Mental health charities praised the attention on their causes, but warned against sensationalism. After the cameras stopped rolling, social media lit up. Clips from the show racked up millions of views on TikTok and YouTube. On Twitter, the hashtag Whoopi versus Harry trended in both the US and the UK. Within hours, dozens of news outlets ran stories headlined, "Whoopi's Hard Questions," or "Harry on the Defensive." Veteran media analyst David Schuster told us, "This is exactly the kind of moment daytime television lives for, an authority figure challenging a celebrity." Whoopi knew how to push Harry's buttons, and Harry showed that even royals can trip under pressure. Behind the scenes, sources say Prince Harry's team was taken aback. They expected friendly banter, not a spotlight on his speaking fees or Netflix deal. A palace aide explained, "He's used to careful media control. The View threw him off his script." The expert take. We spoke to Dr. Amelia Richards, a professor of media studies. She pointed out 3 key lessons. Privilege versus service. Whoopi framed Harry's message around humility. The public admires acts of service, but they distrust polished PR. Harry's challenge is showing tangible impact. How many veterans got help because of him, not because of headlines about his foundation. Platform responsibility. When you have a global platform, critics will question your motives. Harry's status as a royal and celebrity means his words carry weight. He must align his actions with his message. Media preparedness. Celebrities and public figures need media training. But more than that, they need to expect tough questions. Harry's moment reminds us that fame doesn't grant immunity from scrutiny. Royal commentators react. On the royal front, Richard Palmer of The Express wrote, "Harry's defeat on The View will fuel speculation about his future role in the monarchy. He already stepped back from senior duties. Now his credibility is under fire." Meanwhile, Jenny Bond, former BBC royal correspondent, observed, "This exchange highlights the growing gap between Harry's new life in America and the traditional expectations of royal service. He's forging his own path, but must accept that path brings hard truths." Impact on Harry's initiatives. Prince Harry has launched several projects since leaving senior royal life: mental health campaigns, the Invictus Games, a podcast, and a multi-million-dollar Netflix deal. After The View, some wondered if donors and partners might pause support. Yet mental health advocate Captain Laura Simmons, a U.S. veteran, praised Harry's work. "He's opened doors on conversations we needed. His frankness on PTSD helps thousands. One debate on TV won't erase that." A spokesperson for Harry's foundation stated, "Our work continues. We appreciate all feedback and remain focused on supporting veterans and first responders." Broader questions raised. This moment echoes larger debates about privilege, charity, and accountability. Across the world, people ask, should public figures answer every tough question? Do critics have the right to challenge someone's motives? How do we measure real impact versus image? Dr. Richards suggests, we need a balance. Public figures deserve scrutiny, but the conversation must stay fair, focused on facts, not personal attacks. What this means for The View. For ABC's The View, the segment was a ratings win. Co-hosts spoke about it on social media. Sunny Hostin tweeted, "Proud of Whoopi for asking hard truths. We all need a reality check sometimes." Joy Behar posted, "Harry handled it well. No one is above tough questions." Producer Brian Tata told Variety, "We aim to mix warmth and challenge. Our viewers expect honest talk. That's our brand." Harry's next steps. Prince Harry has 2 clear paths. Lean into tough scrutiny by offering transparent reports on his foundation's work, open Q&A sessions, and visits to veteran centers. Refocus on quieter advocacy, stepping back from high-profile media deals and returning to more private service roles. A close friend shared, "Harry cares deeply. He'll take this moment as a lesson and double down on helping people, not headlines. Final takeaways. Privilege is a valid question. Public figures must show they use privilege responsibly. Preparation matters. High-profile platforms require readiness for any question. Service speaks loudest. Real-life impact outweighs PR narratives. Whoopi Goldberg's moment with Prince Harry reminded us that even royalty faces tough scrutiny, and that daytime TV can spark serious conversations about service, privilege, and responsibility. Now it's your turn. What did you think of this debate? Did Whoopi go too far, or did Harry handle it well? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk. If you found this report helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more balanced, fact-driven news coverage. Thanks for watching.